But yeah, it was a time the food and sleep deprivation gets really real after that. When you get through Derby, and Derby's like your longest field time. You spend the entire time sleeping on the ground, which there's not much. You get probably about 20 minutes a night.
20
Depends
minutes.
Yeah.
So I know, like, they tell you, or not they, but like when you're reading about like being healthy and whatnot, like, oh, you should get like this much sleep or this much food or this much whatever. I couldn't. So I've gone like a day or two without sleep, like in school, like all nighters or whatever.
Yeah.
And like normally I'm pretty good, but by the third day, I'm like,
yeah,
no.
You stop functioning as a person.
Yeah. So like how so, and they're making you do difficult things while you are not able to function. So like how, what is that like?
That's the challenge of the school. I'd say in the end is so they can't shoot at you, right? In Ranger school, they can't fire live bullets at you. So they simulate combat stress by making everyone super tired and hungry. Is kind of the thing. So everyone's a zombie all the time. Like once the sun goes down, oh man, it's so bad every night. Because dudes are just falling asleep walking. You start hallucinating. Like it gets really rough, and that's the challenge of school. A lot of the stuff that we're doing, we're all pretty prepared for. Like if we were all like normal, like 8 hours of sleep, doing good, a lot of the tasks they ask you to do at Ranger School probably wouldn't be that bad. Especially since you have some really experienced guys that have been in the Army for a long time. They'd be able to do this stuff, but once you start throwing being tired and being hungry into it, it makes it really hard to be like coordinated and do these things right. Because people start being lazy. People start taking like,
shortcuts,
and it ruins the whole thing in the end. Because every little shortcut, and that's why the school is not a survival school. It's another leadership school for that reason. Because you got to figure out, how do I keep these guys going when they haven't eaten and they haven't slept, but they have to do the little things right. Like, and down to very precise stuff. So like, for example, when we stop and we get into like a patrol base, there's a very specific order that we have to do everything in, and people like to break the order. So like the order is you stop and you get security, right? So everyone like gets down and make sure there's no one else there. It's going to kill them. And then you dig your fighting position, and then you, man, wow, I'm maybe blanking on this now. I'll tell you how long I've been out of it. Yeah, so you get security, dig your fighting position, and then you do hygiene, right? And you shave, you put on your camouflage, and then you can eat, and then you can sleep. That's like the order that you go in every single time. But people like to break that. They like they'll sit down, they'll dig their fighting position. They're like, I'm not gonna shave, I'm gonna eat. But the instructors will come around, and if you're not fresh shaven and you have something in your mouth, the dude in charge of you just failed. Like so, like. It's getting people to adhere to the standards when it's not in their own best interest.
Gotcha.
That's the challenge of the school.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to get yourself to do it, let alone get other people to do it as well.
But you have to. I mean, if I'm a guy and I'm not being, so all the leaders are the only ones being evaluated. If you're not.
Who else is with you?
Okay, so for the first phase, it's a squad of about 17. For the second and third phase, it's a platoon size, which can be anywhere from about 40 to 50. And every morning, the instructors come in and they say off your roster number, and they'll usually say it's usually about 6 people: squad leader, or platoon leader, platoon sergeant, 4 squad leaders, and those people are in charge that day. And that's when you're evaluated.
Oh, so you just rotate.
And you rotate. It's different every single day, and everyone gets their go. And if you pass, that's how you move on. If you don't, you do the phase again.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So, everybody else who isn't those 6 people, we have no stake in it. They're not being evaluated.
Was your injury? Did they like make you not sleep and not eat when you were injured as well?
So my injury that I had actually was before that in the reconnaissance course.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I did get kind of hurt in Ranger school. It was a weird thing. I got they call it rucksack palsy, where my ruck from wearing my heavy pack all the time. We wear it all the time. It denervated part of my arm, so I couldn't flex my right bicep. Like it would hang. Like I physically couldn't flex it because the nerve connection there was crushed. But they don't care.
They don't care.
You get hurt, they're like, "Are you going to keep going, or you're out?" It's one of the two. They don't care. There's no sympathy.
So, all right. So recon school was before then. Was before
Yeah,
the.
I did the recon
Okay.
school.
Okay.